and we'll talk more about your sexual interests and what you can explore together. See you.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later.
I wonder if the hope that you're kind of experiencing may come out of you can get advice from him, support, and actually you're more on an even level.
You bang on there with the supporting. That sort of mothering sort of feeling has been there.
And if you have a mothering feeling or a nurturing feeling,
Yeah.
it's quite hard to have a sexual feeling in the same space. And is that difficult because that's true, or is it difficult because it doesn't feel true? How are you feeling now?
I'm still hungry.
Are you still stuck on the fact that this is how he saw you?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult to accept care and face some truths. And being vulnerable in front of people is difficult, and having these conversations are difficult. You want Dale to show you emotion, and you're showing him emotion.
I love you.
I love you too.
Now we can think about how we can help you support each other so you don't do all the work and you don't feel you need to be looked after. And that's where your relationship comes into it. Mike, you should be really proud of yourself today.
Helped us so much.
The ingredients of having a successful sex life are communication. It's really important that couples communicate, not just about what they like, but also what they don't like. Have fun, do it often, talk about it, and do it again. The results show that actually you're quite sexually expressive. The fact is you do enjoy sex and you have a normal range of sexual interests. So it's interesting how people see being celibate as something quite negative. And actually it's an investment in your relationship and an opportunity to do something different, which can actually be quite exciting. But it sounds like you've got a very definite idea of what sex should look like, which means you have full-blown penetrative sex and you orgasm. And it's about finding other routes to sexual pleasure.
Dr Roberta Babb.
I think this pact is what we imagine to be like the labourer's code. So these are people who are labourers, they've done something, they're in trouble, they look after each other by not telling on each other, not grasping, so to speak. It's really hard to assess the reliability because they were all spontaneous, they weren't done under traditional police procedures, they weren't immediately recorded down, he wasn't actually informed about the nature of how his words may be used in the trial. He's also someone who's quite scared. He's facing the death penalty. So there's a lot going on for him. So it's very difficult to talk about how reliable his accounts is. There was a sense that his mother had questionable morals. She also smoked a pipe at a time where that actually wasn't the done thing for women. And she also used quite foul language lots of the time. So there's a sense that actually the class that they lived in, the background he came from, was actually quite difficult. We learn by social modelling. And so we learn from the people around us. And so the people around him would have offered a template of how to engage in situations when the truth is needed to be told.
Psychologist Dr Roberta Babb, to determine if there could be any truth in Kennedy's words. Was this an accurate version of events? Or could Kennedy have simply been trying to shift the blame onto Brown?
Well, I think at the time of discussing, Kennedy is very unsure about what to say. I mean, he is a well-known criminal, so he has the convict code, which you don't grasp, you don't snitch. So that's one thing that's going to be in his mind. However, he knows that he's involved or being implicated in a crime that actually involves the death of a policeman. So he kind of doesn't know where to sit. And we don't know, for example, if there was a suggestion that if he gives up a name, he may get a lesser charge. So there's a lot of things going on in his mind. I think he's really torn between two positions and he doesn't know. But what we can see from his statement is the fact that he's actually trying very hard not to implicate himself.
Yeah.